What was that from? Marry Me, Becca? What was that?
Catbug?
Oh, that's right, yeah. I just
don't love you.
Why? I just remember the Bernie from Rooster Teeth.
I am Catbug.
His drunk shenanigans. I am Catbug.
I love you. Marry me, Rebecca.
God.
No.
So wholesome.
Why?
What the fuck? Mouse?
I fucking love Catbug.
God, I remember when, like, left-clicking on a... Is it left-clicking? Yeah, left-clicking on a mouse was like... Or right-clicking on a mouse. On a Mac was a, inside joke between me and Dustin. Because there was a long period of time where you just couldn't do it. You couldn't on...
You couldn't left-click?
You couldn't right-click on a Apple mouse.
Why? Why the fuck would that be a thing?
I don't know, but now it is. Ever since I had the previous iMac before this one, the 2011 one, you always could. You had to enable it as a feature.
Oh, well.
That's right. Right-clicking was a feature on the 2011 Mac. Enough about that. We're almost ready to be live.
Look at Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic Hedgehog.
Sonic
and
Hedgehog.
his friend Knuckles.
Well, Knuckles isn't in that.
No, none of them are in it, are they?
Tails isn't at the end. Spoilers.
Is that a spoiler?
Everyone knew that one of them was going to be teased at the end. It was Tails.
My only hope is that
It's basically Sonic X in a nutshell on that one, though. Gets sent to another alternative world, and Tails goes looking for Sonic.
My only hope is that Nick Fury shows up at the end and is like, I want to, with Detective Pikachu on his shoulder, and is like, I want to invite you to the Inventors, what do you call it, the Smash Bros. Initiative.
Oh my god.
And then we would just need, like...
I still need to see Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
He's so cute. And fluffy. I just like cute things. Cute things make me happy.
That's where the smooth conversation came from, where it's like, when the designs for Detective Pikachu were shown, they're like, oh yeah, Pokemon were always furry. What'd you think they were? Smooth? Like, yes. Like, look at them.
I didn't think it was a slick-ass Pikachu.
But I mean, Charmander and
Charmander, yeah.
Squirtle is literally a turtle. He's not fuzzy.
He's not fuzzy in the anime. In the fucking live.
Is there a Squirtle in it, though?
Yes!
Okay.
There's a Bulbasaur, too, and he's not fluffy.
Let's see.
He's cute, though.
Leslie, Eric.
I cannot tell you how much I quoted that stupid fucking video yesterday.
Which one?
I'm gonna snap, crackle, pop on your bum. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Time to eat ass. I welcome anybody that is coming into this fucking video with me screaming time to eat ass.
Discord link.
I also do not realize how long his Breath of the Wild fucking videos were. Yikes. It's gonna take me forever.
Holy crap.
What is
so,
that?
Russell just found what the new Rush Duel cards look like. So, this...
I don't like it.
Fucking... This is the new...
I don't like it because it's something new.
I didn't finish what I was saying. This is what the new protagonist Ace Monster looks like, and it's kind of hideous. I don't like it. I don't like his face.
Well, I mean... I just think the layout of the card is weird, but I don't like it because it's different.
Yeah, it reminds me, like... I don't like the way they changed the layout, only because you could always count on Yu-Gi-Oh! To be the one card game to not do that shit, and then they go and do it anyway. Let's see. Nope. That's the wrong... God damn it, that's the wrong... Live streams and Let's Plays. There we go.
You already posted it.
Alright, we're getting rid of Discord. So, no notifications.
I go to Facebook. Excuse me. I've been up since 5.
I've been up since 3:40.
We probably had... No, I lied. 4.
Okay, on that note, I believe we're ready. Okay, so I have moved the deck over to the final deck that we're going to be using up until the end of the game. I think that everybody will be really pleased with the card choices here. So I want to quickly explain how the... well, never mind. I'm not going to do that quite yet. We have to go fight the Meadow Mage first before I can explain how the grinding works in this game.
Okay.
So, on to the Meadow Shrine, which the Meadow Mage himself is pretty easy to beat, but the High Meadow Mage is something else, and he, I think it's a he at least.
Don't assume.
Yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about when we get there.
Oh, no.
And they have some pretty powerful stuff, kind of similar to how the Forest Mage did. So that's why I saved them for last. Congratulations are in order for making it this far, but this is as far as you get. High Mage Kapura will not be bothered with the likes of you. Prepare to lose.
Look at his snots. He got a big ass.
Take a closer look at that snout.
Yeah. That's one of the mini clips that are under that.
Yeah. I mean, all of the, low mages are, weird hunchbacks like that. Alright.
It's his nose.
So, as you can see, we have obtained the most powerful monster in the game that you can legally obtain.
It's fat.
Which is my boy, Meteor Black Dragon.
It's a
So,
fat boy.
This is...
A baby dragon as well.
Yes, Baby Dragon is still in the deck. This is actually my favorite card in the entire game, period, pretty much. With maybe a few other cards that are, kind of tied with it.
In this game?
No, just in general, yeah, favorite card ever.
I like Darkness Metal, but...
Darkness Metal is up there, too, and Darkness Metal was certainly way more influential in my time playing the actual card game, because, boy, was there not... There was not a single year after Darkness Metal was released into TCG, which was back in 2010, that I did not use Darkness Metal.
Yeah, boy howdy. He can mess some shit up. I used him in my Tag Force game.
So we're sticking with the Dragons and Thunders to make Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, but we also have put in Red Eyes and Meteor Dragon to fuse to make Meteor Black Dragon. And we have also obtained some equip cards that can power it up, because the biggest obstacle we need to overcome in this game is Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon with 4,500. That's the strongest monster in the game. So we need equips to be able to beat over that, and there's also some weird AI shenanigans we can take advantage of, like being able to manipulate the AI into not playing the not actually playing the Blue Eyes Ultimate. So we're not going to encounter that, obviously, right here. I'm going to just put down Meteor Dragon as some equips. The Low Meadow Mage, it has some okay stuff. I think he can play, Gaia the Fierce Knight, and just some warriors and beast warriors that gain attack on the meadow. Judge Man is pretty fierce. It'll have 27 on the meadow. So he's got some decent stuff, but nothing that's going to get over Meteor Black Dragon at this stage. And another, I've also just put in some just generally strong beaters in here, such as the Dark Magicians, and now we're legit playing as... I like to think that this is the point where we're legit playing as a Tim. Also, I realize I haven't shown it off yet in this game at all. I want to show off one of the 3D battles, so we're going to do that with Dark Magician here. Also, I realize Mercury gains a Guardian Star advantage against the Sun, which seems really weird, considering Mercury's precarious position relative to the Sun. But yeah, so if I hit square when I select the target, it'll go into a 3D battle animation. Which,
Does it? I didn't know that.
They're not good, but...
I didn't imagine them to be good.
They're 1999 PS1 graphics, and they're okay for what they are.
Oh,
but the Duelist of the Roses ones are way better. There he is. Dark Magician looks pretty good in this, I'll say. guilty of the Dark Knight. It's a thing Joey used!
Oh
And again, certain monsters have actually different attack animations depending on which Guardian Star you have put them with.
Sorry, I just like that.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, watch this, best part. Boom! Like, it doesn't, the card just doesn't disappear, it like, waits like 10 seconds, and then it just fucking explodes.
Oh my god.
It's amazing.
So you're talking about all this stuff, and I'm like, man, how the fuck you remember all this? But then I can't say anything, because literally in the car coming back, I was singing Tails' theme.
Yeah.
That I haven't listened to since I was probably 12. And...
Does he have a goatee, or am I just looking at that wrong?
You know, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah. Apollo, you'll regret this victory, for you'll be facing the power of High Mage Kapura.
And we will beat his ass.
We will proceed. We will, hopefully.
Oh.
Okay. what voice am I going to go with for Kapura?
I think...
Hello, I am the Guardian of the Plains, High Mage Kapura. You are the protector of the light, the owner of the Millennium Puzzle.
Can he hear you?
Huh?
Can he hear you?
What do you mean?
Look at his ears. Like, he's
Oh,
got
yeah.
fucking spikes on it.
Our Millennium item is not for the likes of you. It must never be yours. The Millennium item is Master Haitian's and our key to world domination. First, I will defeat you. Then I will take your Millennium Puzzle and offer it to Master Haitian. Prepare to defend yourself.
You got this.
I honestly really like the, that was like more fleshed out dialogue than what we've had with the previous High Mages.
I like that he's got the spikes on his ears to block out all the fucking haters.
Block out all the haters. Okay, so we didn't do too bad.
I see the
We can-
weird
We
dragon thing.
Curse of Dragon is here now.
Yeah.
Thunder Dragon and Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. So I'm actually going to bait the AI here because I can put down Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon with 33. The problem is he can play... he could potentially play Gate Guardian, which will have a whopping 4250 on the Meadow. So I'm actually going to bait the AI right here by setting Regeki. And then this will either trigger the AI to play Harpy's Feather Duster, or we could just lose outright. Wow. Well, we might not lose, because we can still activate Regeki. We just lost more than half our life. I don't think that's ever happened before, ladies and gentlemen. Not only did he still play Gate Guardian, he equipped it with a power-up. So it's at a whopping 4750. Now the benefit is that, like I said before, the AI will only ever equip it'll only ever summon a monster with the top option for its Guardian Star. So Gate Guardian will only ever be the Moon, which means we can manually put Meteor Black Dragon as the Sun, which means on a regular field, Meteor Black Dragon will go up to 4,000 and be able to beat over it. Anyway, let's go ahead and make Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon and then just activate Regeki. I think it's very unlikely that this character can play a second Gate Guardian, but we will see. And other than that, the other strongest like Meadow terrain monster is Sengenjin, which has 2750 or will have 3250 on the Meadow, but we're stronger than that because we're 33. I guess I'll just play the other Twin-Headed. Maybe I'll power it up too. Yeah, it couldn't hurt. There's a possibility he has Millennium Shield down, which would have 3,500 defense. Ah, crap. That... I hate this. So, the last act of the game is not going to be any more forgiving than it has been up until this point.
Right. I didn't imagine it to be too nice for us.
We can just get rid of some of this fodder and hope to draw into one of our Meteor Black Dragons. Put down Zoa. Wow. I'm mad.
What happened?
It's a wall shadow, which also is a warrior type and gains friggin' defense on the
How did this happen?
meadow terrain. I'm so
Why
mad.
did this happen to me?
I shouldn't have wasted those equips. Oh, you get fucked, loser. Hope you like the ocean. Something's alive in the ocean. No!
What just happened?
Oh, nothing. Fake trap. Cool. It just negated the attack, it's all it did. We can still beat over it. And hopefully this will encourage the AI to... We can't beat over that yet. Hopefully this will just encourage the AI to just play Sojin, or it could just play another trap. There's a possibility that could be not a fake trap, which would be bad, but at least there's very little that could happen. Let's do this. Bright Castle is an equip that can power up any monster as well, by the way. Yay, we actually won! Wow, that was actually kind of a clutch victory there. They got me down to 2350, and that powered up Gate Guardian was really fierce. Again, I don't think I've ever seen the AI do that before.
But we made it. That's all that matters.
So, this is the power of the light. Hasten, my lord, I've failed you. And we get the Millennium Eye.
I don't like it.
Yeah, don't lick it, and
Don't lick it.
we don't have to rip it out of your face. Alright, so I think the only one left now was the Forest Shrine that we neglected to beat at the very beginning of this, so I'm gonna skip this dialogue
Because I
and
was
just
like,
do the hard one first, and then I was like, sure.
sure!
Um,
Listen to the person that's never fucking played the game before.
yeah. Well, but we also have, like, this is pretty much the optimal deck because we have statistically the best odds for making Meteor Black Dragon, even though the game is going to just refuse to allow that to happen because it just hates me. So,
Is that what just happened?
yeah, like, I haven't actually gotten a good hand where well, I did in the last duel, I hard drew one, but we have 3 copies of Red Eyes, 3 copies of Meteor Dragon, and 3 just copies of NBD as the card. So, and yet we didn't open with it in this duel. Dark Magician is more powerful than that. What is Mars good against?
I don't know.
Okay, we're good. And there will be users, like there will be duelists later that will use the dark terrain as well, so that is a thing. Oh, we got even more Yugi cards. We got Guy in First Night now.
Awesome.
And after we beat the Forest Mage and we get ready to go to the end game, I will explain the grinding process that allows you to get these cards, and you're not going to like it.
I didn't think I would.
That's why we did this off screen and we transferred stuff. Oh, here we go. We win. Like I get that Meteor Black Dragon doesn't look great from like a visual standpoint, but I just like him. I just think he's neat, and I love his model in Duelist of the Roses too. He's really cool. Also, he is utterly massive. Like his model is so much bigger than the majority of all the other monsters in Forbidden Memories. So keep in mind right here, we you see where we got the S rank, and we did it by using power. That's going to come up later when I explain this stupid grinding method.
Hooray!
Proceed. I think his design might be my favorite of all the high mages.
Yeah, I think he's pretty cool. He's got feet on his shoulders.
Yeah, because he has a Sphinx hat, and the Sphinx has feet that go down his neck, and he himself is already mummified, but he also has like his name is Anubisius, but he also has like the Anubis like dog face thing going on under his mummified face. So just a really cool design overall. Alright, so One looks like, because even if he summons Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, we have power-ups. So I put in Salamandra, which powers up fire monsters, which Meteor Black Dragon is fire attribute. Which is strange because all of the other Red Eyes fusions, including Red Eyes itself, Black Skull Dragon, and the retrains, including the Meteor Black Comet Dragon, are dark attribute. Believe it or not, as much as you would like associate dragons with fire, there's very, very few fire dragons actually in the game. Even Red Dragon Archfiend, which is literally a red dragon, is dark attribute.
It's an Archfiend, so I guess that would make more sense for it to be dark.
Yeah, and they didn't have the good AI this time around, so they didn't even summon Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, or regular ass Great Moth for that matter. So we pretty much win from here.
Yay!
Go in Dark Condition. I don't know what that is, so I'm gonna...
So do we tell them about my wonderful find yesterday?
Oh, yeah. It took me a second. So, was that yesterday?
It sure was.
That was like Saturday.
No, it was Saturday.
Yeah.
I lied. So, there's this random ass... It used to be a CVS, and then it was a furniture store, and then it's empty only in, like, Halloween. It's got a Halloween store in it during Halloween time, and right now it's got a weird little thrift store thing that's like an animal shelter kind of thing. So it's like right by my house, and my mom's like, man, maybe we need to go into it this time because we missed it last time. So I was like, alright, sure, fuck it, we'll go. So I go in there and we're looking around, and it's just like a thrift store. It's got random shit in it. Like, it's got furniture and glassware, and then I'm like, oh, books! So, because my mom likes books. And then it has video games. It has, like, I shit you not, 10 video games hanging out. One of them being Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. And then I'm looking and I'm like, oh my god. It's the fucking Falls-Bound Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Falls-Bound Kingdom. Which I technically have a disc of, but I got it at GameStop when it didn't have the, it didn't have the case, so I had, like, the fucking red case that has the words on it. So I now have it. Case, booklet and all.
So...
And I paid $1 fucking for it.
That's almost a whole dollar.
A whole ass dollar and a penny.
So we now have the Falls-Bound Kingdom. That is potentially a stream that will come up eventually. We're slowly going through like all of the old Yu-Gi-Oh games, and I really do want to do an in-depth video series on all of them and kind of be like separate which ones are worth playing from the ones that are not.
I don't know.
I don't know how I feel about the Falls-Bound Kingdom, but we are going to play it.
It's weird as hell.
We tried it when Russell let us borrow a copy, and I wasn't really... It looks like it takes a very long time to get through a stage, and I'm like, I don't know if I have the patience for this. Speaking of not having the patience for things, let's talk about the grinding method that allows us to get good cards.
Mm-hmm.
So, the card pool for actual good cards is reserved for certain characters, and you have to get a S-POW to get strong monsters, and you have to get like Atex to get good spells and traps. So Atex involve like setting stuff and like allowing the duel to go on with a certain amount of turns, whereas S-POWs are just you beat them down in as few turns as possible. So once you've gotten to this point in the game, you go to Free Duel and you fight the Meadow Mage, I'm not even kidding, hundreds of times to be able to unlock those good cards that I have. Now eventually you start to get good at it where you're like S-POWing him every single time because your deck is slowly getting better and you're playing off of the Meadow terrain as well. So his monsters are automatically weaker because in all the free duels there is no terrain already pre-set up like there is in the story. So you beat the Meadow Mage over and over and over again, and eventually you get Meteor Black Dragon. And once you have one copy of Meteor Black Dragon, you use the memory card manipulation, where you have to have 3 memory cards for this. You copy file A to file C, and then trade the cards to file B, and then from B to A. And that's how you duplicate cards and get 3 copies of Meteor Black Dragon. So through this process of all this grinding, which of course I had a backup save file to do, this is now our deck. So 3 Meteor Black Dragon, Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, Zoa, Dark Magician, Red Eyes. I put a Guy the Fierce Knight and Curse of Dragon in there just for the lulz to be able to make Guy the Dragon Champion. Meteor Dragon, more Thunder Dragons, and then the rest is just like more stuff to fuse Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, like the better stuff out of the stuff we had from the previous iteration of the deck. Bright Castle, Dragon Treasure, Invigoration, which powers a Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, 2 Regekis, Salamander, and Yumi, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is it. So this is the deck we're going to be using going into the end game.
Got a question.
Yeah.
How long did it take?
I don't know. I was living in Florida at the time, at our condo. It was like winter time, and I had nothing else to do. We were living with my mom at the time, so I stuck it out and
How
did
old
that.
Were you?
11,
Oh,
12?
yeah, so you have all the fucking time in the world to
Yeah.
do shit like that.
Yeah, I was like 12. Okay, so now with that out of the way, let's proceed to the end game. So, there's actually 2 different ways of going to the end game, and I think one of them requires that I don't know what the trigger is for one of them, but one of which allows you to fight Seto second, and the other one is a little bit different. So I think if we go to the Dueling Ground here, the trigger for the end game will happen where Joey is going to be like, yeah. So Jonah's going to be like, Apollo, we got some trouble. Seto and the mages came here while I was gone, and they took off with Tayana. They want you, Apollo. They figured they can drag you out with Tayana as bait. Come on, Apollo, let's get to the shrine and rescue Tayana. That's not too bad.
It's kind of cute.
This place gives me the creeps. To be honest, I don't really like being here. Seeing how there's no major around to stop us, assume they're waiting for us. Come on, let's go. And
Oh my god.
I'm assuming this is supposed to be like one of the Paradox brothers, I think. He's the Labyrinth Mage. I don't remember the path through the labyrinth. I guess I'll figure it out. Actually, do you want to look that up while I'm dueling him? Just look up Forbidden Memories Labyrinth. So, as tough as this guy might seem at this point in the game, you are supposed to be able to beat this guy like over and over and over again to really get anywhere in the end game, because he's the weakest of all the opponents we're going to be fighting in the end game. So we fight on normal terrain, and his gimmick, of course, is the Gate Guardian pieces, which we kind of already outed, because even vanilla Meteor Black Dragon with no power-ups can beat over Gate Guardian if you have it with the sun on it, which, of course, we're going to do. But we're going to power it up a ton as well. And my
God. Guess how old this fucking walkthrough is.
let me guess, 2002? That was a guess. Was that right?
Yes!
Holy shit. That's amazing.
How the fuck did you know this? Wait, did it tell me?
It's only like 3 turns. Like, you only have to go like two different directions. It's not like a long labyrinth.
It didn't tell me.
What sucks though is that if we take a wrong turn in the labyrinth, we can end up back where we started and we have to duel the Labyrinth Mage again. Which should be easy enough to do.
Come on, buddy, I believe in you.
Yeah, he didn't put up a fight at all. I didn't think he would.
Oh shit. Come on, phone. Do your thing.
Funny enough, I actually figured out the path for the labyrinth on the first try, and I thought I didn't know that it was actually like there was a specific path to follow. I think I can get it right.
It's right, left, right.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right. I can't take much more of this. Right. Which way now? Left. Every place looks the same. Where are we anyway?
Shut up!
I mean, he's right, though. Honestly, that is one of the things about, like, old games that I can't stand the most, is, like, repeating rooms like that. That gives me so much anxiety, because I'm like, is there infinite rooms like that? And, like, a lot of old games had that. Makes you wonder how I ever figured out, like, Mario 1 with the different, like, the repeating rooms in the castles, you know what I'm talking about? We've come for Tayana. My. I'm surprised you passed the trials of the labyrinth. Are you kidding? We could have done that with both hands tied behind our backs. Is that the best you can do? Ah, the hostage. You can have her back. I didn't use her as bait to take your precious item. I did it so I could guide you to Haitian's chambers. You'll find him in the temple ahead. Face him. Defeat him. Don't listen to him, Apollo. It's a trap. Don't be a fool. I'm giving you an opportunity to defeat Haitian. How can you afford to ignore such a chance? Of course we're going to go ahead and do it. You've made a wise decision, dear prince. Yeah, just let us go, Jonah. We're actually never going to see you again. We're never going to see either of them till the end game. Look at him holding the door open for us like a gentleman. So, we're heading towards the Dark Shrine, which is... we have to go through 2 rounds of mages first. We have to go through a low mage and a high mage of the Dark Shrine. And then we get to Haitian, and then we get to the final boss. So we're getting there. These guys are actually pretty easy to defeat, with the second one being a little bit more problematic, but not by much. Halt!
Oh, he's cool looking. Oh.
You are forbidden to proceed any further.
He's got an alligator.
So speaketh the royal mages Sebek the powerful and Neku the skillful. This is where it all ends.
Right on.
Prepare to lose.
Prepare to lose just sounds so corny, though, with all that, like, build up to that dialogue. Sebek is also like another prolific character in Egyptian mythology, apparently. There's a card called Sebek's Blessing, and it has the little alligator thing like that.
It's cute.
And we get the high mage music for both of these guys. And of course they start on the dark terrain, as we established, but again, we can just literally just put Major Black Dragon power-ups and nothing can stop us. Put on the sun. This guy, I think his most powerful card is Zoa, which would have 3100 on the on this terrain, the dark terrain. We have our own Zoa to put down, actually. That's part of the reason why I put Zoa and Dark Magician in this deck, was so they would get bonuses. He's got Metal Zoa, which has a flat 3000, but it doesn't gain any terrain advantage because it's a machine. Leaving Zoa actually is the more threatening card, ironically enough. All the more reason why Metamorph was a mistake. Like, why did they even make that card? And Dark Magician. Put in some work. Oh great, Millennium Shield. So far so good with the final acts. We've gotten like S-POWs on the last 3 characters in a row. Or 4. We're doing really well, actually.
Curse you, Apollo! You've won for now, but Neku, he shall defeat you! I never thought I'd see Sebek defeated. Let's see what you've got.
Amazing. I like their little designs. I think they're
I do too. I think they're very appropriate for like the final guards of the temple. Take a drink after delivering those lines. So, he has, again, essentially the same card pool. with, I'm pretty sure... oh, he also has Skull Knight, which Skull Knight would have 3150 on this terrain, I think. There is Zoa again.
I don't know how you memorize that, but alright.
I just know these old cards. Yeah, there was Skull Knight, but he put it in defense. Not that it could stand up to Meteor Black Dragon, of course, but you know. He did his best, I guess. His best just wasn't good enough.
Fucking yikes.
Featuring Oof.
My username is no longer that, but...
Is it not?
No, it's Malone Baba Goose.
Oh yeah, that's right, yeah. Dark Magician... Oh, dude, Cosmo Queen? Cosmo Queen, I guess, is Sade for Haitian. He has Cosmo Queen and Black Skull Dragon. And Trihorn Dragon. Again, you're probably like, how the fuck do you remember this?
You're the same one that remembers, like, what fucking deck, like, what card comes out and what...
In what set, yeah.
So this is your power. I underestimated you.
Okay. Let's see if I remember the damn Haitian voice, because it's been since the beginning of the game since we did it.
Just make him sound like Jafar from Aladdin.
I don't know enough about what he sounds like. It's been some time since we last met, boy. I salute you for making it this far, but it all ends here. I haven't come this far to be beaten by a child. Alright, so we finally...
A child?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're probably like a teenager or something.
But that's like an adult back then.
Back then, yeah, that's a good point. So we finally get our...
Sorry.
Wow, look at that luck right there.
What the fuck is that?
Triple Meteor Black Dragon. That's amazing. I wonder if we can fake out his AI into playing the field spell and then just beating him down for 35 in the face. Let's see if he does it. Interesting. I'm gonna play one Meteor Black Dragon on the off chance that he has a trap. Oh. Okay, fake trap. That's not too bad. So we accomplished nothing, essentially. There's also unique music for this that's really good. And he actually has mostly the same deck he did when we tried to beat him at the beginning of the game and failed. Yeah, Black Skull Dragon, which we can beat over because, again, we have the... We're already stronger than it, and then we have the sun. Taste the sun. That's like twice now I've referenced that guy's video in this video. Oh, dude, he had that thing powered up too. Wow, we literally, I think we got an S-POW against Haitian. Can you imagine the look on his face when he so in his time, again, we went to the future. Oh, we got an A-POW, that's good enough. I think it's because we played Yuumi, it messed up our rating. So in his time, he literally, I love his face here. Yeah. He literally just days ago he beat us. We had this crappy scrub tier deck, and then we literally come back and just stomp his ass into the dirt.
Ridiculous! Me defeated by this child? No, I won't let it end this way.
Well done. Now all of the items have been gathered as one. I think he had the Millennium Rod, and Seto just took it from him. Yeah, that's right, because he used it at the beginning against our parents.
Right.
Let us head for the Forbidden Ruins. Again, I told you there'd be no reason to come back here until the end of the game. Apollo, it's time to end this farce. I will now defeat you once and for all, and all the items will be mine. Don't look so surprised. I only helped you because I needed you for my plans. I served Haitian as his right-hand man in the hopes of stealing the Millennium items one day. And then you came along. You found the temple and you won each of the precious items, saving me the trouble of doing it myself. In short, you were nothing more than a pawn in my designs. I could never allow lowly humans such as you or Haitian to take those items. They belong to the Highborn. They can only be held by a noble such as myself. I mean, keep telling yourself that. For this is the home of my forefathers, the royal tomb of those who prospered wielding the dark power. You know why this place is called the Forbidden Ruins? It's because of this! Oh boy. I think there's some familiar iconography from other places in the franchise. The Millennium items represent a pact, an agreement for tapping the powers of darkness. The ancient kings and sorcerers gained supreme power from the Dark Lord, and now I intend to summon him here to this very chamber. I will renew that pact and regain the power to rule over all. And now, the final battle. I will eliminate you once and for all, and the items shall be mine. Alright, here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The hardest fight in the game.
Hooray.
So, this is Seto third. He can just open with Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon if he feels like it. And he can do it up to 3 times. So, we either... Oh boy, this is bad. Also, we get the same music we did when we fought him the first time in Ancient Egypt. So, we either need to set a power-up or a spell to bait his AI into playing Harpy's Feather Duster, or we need a ton of power-ups to meet your Black Dragon, or we're not going to be able to get over Blue Eyes Ultimate. So, let's hope for the best. I mean, he may not even play it. We'll see. He could play we could get the bad AI where he just plays a regular Blue Eyes, but I think that's probably pretty unlikely. Oh, yeah, we're screwed. There it is. Strongest card in the game. And so this is why we could potentially go through the final act like multiple times, because he might just steamroll us and there's nothing we can do about it. Okay, I think we're in the clear now. He played Gate Guardian. If he doesn't play another Blue Eyes Ultimate, we're in good shape. If he does, though, we pretty much lose. Okay, thank God. Ooh. And I'm actually going to... For safety, I'm going to go ahead and just put this on him so he can't beat over with Blue Eyes Ultimate anymore. Because he wouldn't suicide with it, he just wouldn't do that. It'd be a waste of his turn. I actually really want to know what that is that he has, so I'm going to play something in defense to bait it out. I just hope it's not another Ultimate Dragon. It is, okay. Oh, we can beat over it now. This is actually very reminiscent of the what is known by fans as the Season 0 movie, where Yugi and Kaiba face it out, and Kaiba has like the Blue Eyes Ultimate that's like made with the chains or whatever. Because he clicked off on this card, it's very unlikely for it to be a trap. So we're actually going to just go ahead and battle. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I don't think there's any way we can lose this now. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Just in case that's another Ultimate Dragon. We can actually beat him by 50 life points this turn by just hitting him for 5,000 with Meteor Black Dragon. Okay. Oh, wow. We actually beat Seto third on the first try. Oh boy, I did not think that was going to go down like that. Not like this. To come this close and to lose to you. Of course, we're going to destroy the Millennium Items now. Hold it right there. If you wish to let Seto live, hand over the Millennium Items. Did you think me foolish enough to fall for this cretin's ploy? I've known of his descent from the Dark Households for some time now. I closed my eyes to his treachery, and staged my defeat so I could discover the truth of his intentions. Perhaps you thought me senile? Blind to your pitiful plans? Thanks to you, I now stand in the forbidden chamber that only can be opened by one of the Dark. Come, hand over the items and I'll spare this fool. It's a but thou must situation, so if we hit refuse, it's just like when we had to shatter the puzzle, so of course we're going to hand over the items to Haitian. Ha 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 ha! I did it. They're mine at last. Now I can summon the Dark Knight. You princes of a lost dynasty. You are privileged to see the birth of a new king, a new age. Come to me, darkness. Grant me the power. Grant me the world. God, my voice is killing me after that. So we get the familiar iconography of all the Millennium Items in the tomb there. And we get the final boss. The same, not the same exact final boss, but he's related to the final boss of Duelist of the Roses. Remember in Duelist of the Roses, the final boss said, you had the audacity to summon my brother in ancient Egypt. This is what he was talking about. He was talking about this exact moment right here. I welcome you, Dark One. Bound by your ancient pact, I command you to obey. I return after thousands of years, and what do I find? You command me to what? Obey! You must obey! It's in the ancient pact! I've made no pact with the likes of you. Why should I be compelled to obey you? The items! The Millennium Items! I have them all! The Millennium Items. I see no items. Of course you don't! I used them to summon you! And now you must honor the pact! You must obey me! I weary of this conversation. My computer goes on standby again. There we go. And he put Haitian in a card. You look better as a card. This is the noisiest card I've ever created. Not to mention one of the ugliest, too. Frankly, it doesn't deserve a place in my deck. I'm not gonna doubt that. Wow, what a messed up way to go out. Oops, he says. I forgot he said that. Long have I shared my power through the cards I've created. It is now time I collected the price for my power. And the best place to start is with this miserable planet, these miserable creatures. Apollo, your deck! It still contains the Millennium card. The card you used to return to this world. Use them! Use the cards to send that thing back!
I think the two of you will make great additions to my personal deck.
Kind of an interesting concept where he wants to turn them into cards. I like how there's something very off-putting about his face. It's very alien-like.
I'll give you one chance. It's only fair that the course of our pact be decided with the cards. Beat me in a duel and I will go home quietly. Now come on, let's play.
Alright, so Dark Knight. So he is the, believe it or not, actually not the final boss, the second to last boss. And he's actually no more difficult than Haitian really was. He does not have Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, so by extension we can pretty easily beat him. Unless we got like some crazy bad luck. And again, we get the final boss music here, which is the same final boss music as the Red Rose side in Forbidden Memories, which is pretty cool to see that. We just get the feeling that he's holding something back from us. What could that be? Of course, there's Cosmo Queen, which again, like we said, Haitian had that, but he didn't play it. It's the strongest monster that can get a terrain bonus on the dark. Nice, we got an S-POW against him. That's pretty good. But he is a lot weaker than his next form.
This is not fair. Me, I cannot lose. I created the cards. No, I cannot lose.
And then he transforms into his true form. Oh god, I cannot dub this.
Come, boy. One more time. One more game.
Alright, now on to the true final boss. This is Nightmare, spelled the same way, N-I-T-E. And he's not quite as hard as Seto the Third. He does have Blue Eyes Ultimate, but he only has one copy of it. So if we can get over that one copy, then it'll be smooth sailing from there. There's still a chance that he could beat us because we didn't draw well. So depends on what he plays here. It's Sun. It's a regular Blue Eyes. Okay. We may still have a chance. I don't like this at all. Let's get rid of that. Put Dark Magician down. That's kind of funny that, like, Dark Magician and Blue Eyes have Guardian Stars that oppose each other. Oh, I have a really bad feeling about this. Hopefully we got good AI to where he's not going to play Ultimate Dragon now, but he still could, potentially. Hopefully I draw into enough stuff that will allow me to make Meteor Black Dragon. Okay, that's a twin-headed. So far, so good. 38. We don't really have a choice. Let's do it. Man, this is a close game. Ooh. Okay, that's another twin-headed. Alright, we win.
Yay!
That was close. He does have one more turn, so he could potentially still pull something out of his ass. But I doubt it. I think if he didn't play Blue Eyes Ultimate right away, he's not going to. So I think we're fine. And this will be the last card we play, ladies and gentlemen. So, this has been Forbidden Memories. I really appreciate you guys watching. This has been something I have wanted to play for pretty much ever since I've been doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Related content. I've been wanting to play this game. And I didn't think I'd ever be able to do it, but here we go. And while I don't enjoy it nearly as much as Duels of the Roses, it still has a special place in my heart. I'm definitely looking forward to doing the rest of the games in the series. No! Not again! No, yeah, fuck that.
Oh my god.
There's no way I'm dubbing that. No. He's still going. There we go.
Bye,
Make
bitch.
a card out of you. There's some jackals in the background. Seto kind of vanished. I guess he was just so ashamed of how that turned out, he just threw off his hat and just walked out. That day, Seto left the ruins never to be seen again.
Bye.
Egypt was unified once again under the rule of Apollo. To protect mankind, he ordered the forbidden ruins to be buried. Apollo became the greatest of pharaohs, bringing prosperity to all he ruled. The vile mages were no more. This was the tale of Apollo, for whom we call Yu-Gi-Oh! And he still has the rod, which is like the not Millennium Rod. And we get a password. Okay. If I understand this correctly, this is actually a password for Duels of the Roses, and not for this game, which is really interesting. I could be remembering that wrong, but I don't think there's any way to really tie it into this game. So yeah, that was it for Forbidden Memories. So now we have the credits over some of the poly models of the 3D models of the monsters when they fight.
Next up is Fire Emblem!
Yeah, so I had a really good time with this. It was fun to be able to dub all the lines and everything and see how much I remember this game's script years after the fact. Is this game good? No. It is not objectively good in any conceivable way, only because the mechanics are bare bones for a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game compared to the actual card game. The story is simple but effective, but the difficulty curve and just the sheer impracticality of getting viable cards to actually be able to play is just not worth it. Like, it's why would you put yourself through what I put myself through? That being said, if you're a fan of this game, definitely let me know what you thought of this run. Hopefully I did it some justice. Again, everything in here was obtained legitimately. I just had to trade stuff over from another save file. There was no hacking in, no mods, no ROM hacks, no randomizers, nothing like that. It's all on an actual PS1 with original PS1 memory cards. And like I said, this game has a very dedicated online community. The speedruns for this game have almost kind of become a meme in and of themselves in the speedrunning community, because you have all these clickbaity videos of like top 10 speedrunning fails and like this guy cheated so hard, blah blah blah, because there was like some infamous story about an illegitimate Forbidden Memories speedrun where somebody cheated or whatever, but that run allowed a lot of people to understand a lot of the game's coding and mechanics, because they had to kind of break the code of the game to figure out if what the guy did to win was legitimate or if it was RNG manipulation. And then there's all these like clickbaity videos that show like the 1 in a million chance that the guy got Exodia played against him in a run, which is so incredibly unlikely. Like, I can't remember, I listened to a stream recently where somebody told me what the likelihood is of getting Exodia'd, and it's like literally impossible. But apparently it happened to one person. Everybody likes to make clickbait videos about it. But yeah, that community is out there. They're very approachable. Definitely reach out to them. if you so choose to, if you're interested in playing this game. I recommend it, at least to that extent. And the game is fun in the sense of, like, I'm going to sit down and just kind of see what happens and just kind of try your luck. It's definitely, if you already are familiar with the game and its learning curve, then the random aspects to it and the unpredictability of it can be fun. I will admit that. Okay, so probably the next Yu-Gi-Oh game we'll play, that I imagine, is probably Tag Force 1 or 5D's Decade Duels. But we also have, of course, Millennium Duels, Legacy of the Duelists. There's Dual Transer on the Wii, which I've started playing, which is really good. It's basically just the Wii version of Tag Force that takes place in the 5D's era. There's all the other Tag Force games, and then there's a lot of the handheld ones, which unfortunately I don't have the ability to record, because I would like to play like the Sacred Cards and a lot of those handheld ones, but we actually had to download Fire Emblem onto the Wii U with the Virtual Console so we could record that, because otherwise finding the Game Boy Advance player thing for the GameCube and the disc that goes with it was very expensive, and so that was pretty impractical when it came to trying to figure out how to record a Game Boy Advance game. But that is actually going to be the next stream we do, is Fire Emblem Blazing Sword. So I will put out some links in the Discord and on Facebook everywhere possible, and let everybody know that we're going to be streaming Blazing Sword. Hopefully we'll have that scheduled here in a couple days, and I am super, super looking forward to that, because it's probably my favorite Fire Emblem game, and it's one of my favorite games, period. And I'm just really looking forward to having Michelle experience that storyline with us. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. I actually cannot even quit out of the screen. You have to reset the console. So, alright guys.